In this lesson I will then take the next texture, and in the list, if I just select by pressing Shift A, go to Texture, you can see that it says IES Texture. In my opinion, that is not a texture at all, but it's a way to change how the light reflects on objects. So I will go through it just so you know what it is, but I will not go deep into it, and I will not show it more in later lessons as well, but just so you have a clue at least. So what we do here is, first of all, that we can increase the size of the plane here. So I can press S and then 3, so we get it a little bit bigger. And then you can see here that I have a light. I can take that away and add another light instead. So I press Shift A, go to light, and I can select the spotlight here, and then just drag it up. So pressing G, Z to take it up a bit like this, and I can put this to 100 like this, and that is like a normal light here. But if I work with an IES profile, then I can get different lights or light bulbs lighting profiles, meaning that instead of having this perfect perfect gradient where we have a brightest light in the middle and then it just softens out, in the real life you have like glass between, it's bent in different ways, and that also means that the light is not so perfect, because you have some parts here that is a little bit darker, you have some parts that are a little bit brighter, and so on. Even if it's also like a gradient, you have like different parts that goes brighter and less bright until it reaches the end here. So to activate it, you can just press Use Nodes when you have your spotlight, or you can also have a point light. But when you have that activated, you press Use Nodes, and then you get nodes also for the light here. So instead of just using these, you can go in here and change the strength or something like that, and then you can affect the light here. So if I want to like have a red light, I just change the emission here, and then you change the light in the spotlight. So you don't change anything on the ground here. So if I just put this to power 1, then I control everything in here. So if I put this to 100, it will be 100 watts from the shader instead. And then to control this using an IES texture, then I just put that into the strength here. So I press Shift A, go to Texture, and select the IES texture and put that into the strength here. You can see it changed it just a little bit when we did it. And what it does is then that you need some type of script, and that is just text-based. So in the text, it's described how the light should shine on the surface. And you can write it down using your text editor, or you can just fetch it from the internet. So if you just search for IES profile or IES files, there will be loads of different websites that you can download these profiles for free. So it's just to get out there and fetch whatever you want. Normally they're free to use, but there can also be, of course, things that are copyrighted and so on, so have an extra look before you use it. But I selected one that I could use for free in this course, and if I just press external here, I can then fetch it and get it in here. So I press external, and then I go to my open folder here and go to resources, and in my resources I have one example here, and I just select that one and press accept. And as soon as I put that in, I can just do a copy of this one, Shift D, and take or I do a new one, so I don't have this. So Shift A, Texture, IES Texture. So if I change from this one, you could see that it changed a little bit between this texture that has this text in and this that is empty, and also from the free one, or the one without any IES texture here. So that is how it works, and as I said, I will not go through it so much more, because you can do a lot of stuff here by adding math between and so on to amplify the light and the shadows and so on. But the way of using it is like this. So just go to light source, select use nodes, and after you selected use nodes, you come in here, and in your mission, just connect the IES texture into the strength and select the profile that you want and put that in here. And then you have a light that is more real, or looks more like in reality. So that was the IES texture, and I will, as I said, not go deep into it because I don't think that is something that really belongs to this course, but I still think that you should know at least what it is. So I will quickly move to the next chapter and say bye for now.